Welcome to the What is Stoicism podcast.
Stoicism is a philosophy that emphasizes the importance of community and interaction with others in order to lead a virtuous life. This may come as a surprise to those who associate Stoicism only with inner fortitude, or imagine spiritual growth as something to be cultivated in isolation. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, envisioned not a life of withdrawal, but an ideal community of wise individuals, as he described in his Republic. According to Stoic philosophy, virtue and vice are not abstract qualities existing in a vacuum. They're revealed in how we treat other people. The Roman Stoic philosopher Musonius Rufus defined evil as injustice, cruelty, and indifference toward others, while virtue is characterized by brotherly love, goodness, justice, beneficence, and genuine concern for the welfare of those around us. It follows then that isolation is not an effective route to virtue. Instead, Stoicism promotes the use of reason and dialogue to guide our actions. The Socratic dialectic, cooperative questioning and answering, is a key Stoic method for uncovering what is reasonable and just. Through this process, we're invited to test our assumptions, refine our beliefs, and better understand what the good life requires. Kai Whiting and Leonidas Konstantakos, authors of Being Better, Stoicism for a World Worth Living In, argue that this kind of self-reflection isn't just personal, but also societal. Stoics examine how our perceptions and opinions are formed, always wary of mistaking opinions for facts. The harder we cling to uninformed or less informed opinions, they write, the more difficult it becomes to pivot away and set our own record straight. Eventually we lose our suppleness and get completely stuck. Over time our life stagnates and we transform into something so brittle that even the gentlest push against our values and opinions causes us to snap. Without the courage to engage, question, and grow alongside others, we isolate ourselves, cutting off the very connections that nurture virtue. By limiting our capacity to learn, we journey away from what the Stoics called eudaimonia, or the good life. An example of this Stoic spirit of community and transformative interaction can be seen in the legendary figure of Lycurgus, the lawgiver of Sparta. Lycurgus is remembered for his radical reforms, which emphasized the three Spartan virtues: equality among citizens, military fitness, and austerity. Such was his renown that ancient historians and philosophers, including Herodotus, Xenophon, Plato, Plutarch, Polybius, and the Stoic Epictetus, all wrote of him. In Plutarch's Life of Lycurgus, there's a telling story that Epictetus himself would later recount to his students. Once, angry aristocrats who resented Lycurgus's laws restricting luxurious eating habits attacked him and struck him in the eye. Instead of responding with violence or vengeance, Lycurgus confronted his countrymen with his bloodied face. Ashamed, they turned over the young man responsible, a hot-tempered youth named Alcander. Rather than punish Alcander, Lycurgus invited him to his home and dismissed his own servants and attendants, instructing Alcander instead to act as his helper and companion. Living alongside Lycurgus day by day, Alcander came to know the lawgiver's true character, his calmness, simplicity, industry, and gentle spirit. In time, Alcander's hostility gave way to admiration and loyalty. He later confessed to his friends that Lycurgus was not harsh or tyrannical, as he had assumed, but the mildest and gentlest of all. Epictetus used this story as an enduring lesson for his students. True justice isn't about retribution, but transformation. When the Spartans later gathered to see what Lycurgus had done with his attacker, he presented Alcander back to them, no longer defiant but well-behaved and respectful. When you handed this person over to me, he was contemptuous and unruly, Lycurgus told them. I'm returning him to you, well-behaved and a model citizen. This lesson runs like a thread through all of Stoicism. Treat others justly, even when you've been wronged. We don't seek revenge or respond in kind to vicious acts. Instead, we remain strict with ourselves and tolerant of others. We use reason, dialogue, and example to educate rather than to punish. Lycurgus' story and the Stoic teachings remind us that virtue grows not in isolation, but through our relationships with others. Our ability to remain calm and just under pressure, to respond to wrongdoing with reason rather than retribution, and to cultivate understanding where there was once conflict. These are the actions that nourish both personal character and the communities we belong to. So today, can you heed the encouragement of Stoicism and strive toward more virtuous interactions? Can you use reasoned dialogue to question your assumptions, to see others more clearly, and to help transform conflict into understanding? By remembering the examples of the Stoics and leaders like Lycurgus, we can practice treating others justly, not with harshness, but with the patient belief that people can change. We can keep ourselves supple and open to growth, steering clear of brittle certainties, and we can forge a path together toward a life well lived.